Hi everyone, I'm Esmeralda Diaz-Cameron, and today Newark's TV 78 is at 60 McClellan Street in the South Ward, where Mayor Cory Booker was joined by Lieutenant Governor Kim Guadagno, Adam Zipkin, the city's acting director of the Department of Economic and Housing Development, Brick City Development Corporation, and members of the business community for a special groundbreaking ceremony to welcome Damasus Bakeries to the city of Newark.
Good morning. My name is Adam Zipkin. I'm the Acting Director of Economic and Housing Development for the City of Newark. Today is a great day for the City of Newark. On behalf of Mayor Booker, we are very pleased to welcome Damasus Bakeries to the City of Newark. Over 80 years ago, Damasus Bakeries opened its community bakery in Brooklyn Heights, serving its original pita bread, and over time they have grown substantially. They are now a commercial bakery serving flatbreads to restaurants and supermarkets and Starbucks around the country. And today, 3 generations later, Ed Mahfood and David Mahfood are here to announce that they are relocating their family business that their grandfather started to Newark, New Jersey. And in this facility, come spring of next year, there will be the production of flatbreads here in Newark. There will be jobs for Newark residents, initially 50 and potentially up to 200 over the course of the next few years. And so based on all of that, we are really excited to welcome Damasus Bakery, and I would like to bring up our first speaker or speakers, Ed Mahfood and his brother David.
So again, on behalf of my brother David and myself, we want to welcome you to the future site of Damasus Bakery. Today, we're going to put our shovels to the ground with the hope, desire, and ambition that sometime in the spring of 2012, we will be putting our boards to the oven, peeling out our first flatbreads in the wonderful city of Newark. That will be a sight to behold, and we will most cordially welcome all of you back for the occasion, and together we will all break bread together, I guarantee you. Many people over the last couple of months have asked, have turned to me actually and asked, why Newark? Why do you want to bake in Newark when there are so many choices out there? And to these people, I have replied, why not Newark? Newark has a rich legacy of food companies and a multivariate environment that is similar to what has generated our success all these years in Brooklyn. But to make a long story short, we love what Newark has to offer us. It has a great, hard-working, diversified workforce. The administration here, has a very pro-business attitude with a reputation for getting things done. This site is a strategic location on the crossroads of the United States, which includes Interstate 95, Interstate 78, and also rail and shipping for our convenience. And also Newark has incentives that they've offered us that takes the bite out of workforce training and also setting up our facility here. But I can go on and bore you to death with the many details. Let's just say that after much searching, our ark has landed here, and how appropriate, for I read somewhere, whether it's true or not, that the name Newark is derived from the words new and ark. And that is exactly what Newark represents to us now, a new land and the hope and desire of years to come. With this, again, I want to thank the City of Newark, Mayor Cory Booker, Lieutenant Governor, our councilman, and Administrator Zipkin, and the many other people here in Newark, including our attorney, Mr. Ted Zangari. Also Brick City, which has been very instrumental in helping us find this site. for their support and accommodating nature. I also want to thank the Office of the Governor, New Jersey Business Action Center. I saw Joe Constance around here somewhere. He's been very helpful over the years. And New Jersey Economic Development, especially New Jersey Economic Development, for putting together a package of incentives such as industrial bonds, direct loan, and the BEEP grant. And working closely with our banker Sovereign, all this has weighed heavily in our decision to set up shop here in New Jersey, as opposed to other states that conceivably were offering us competitive packages. Over 80 years ago, our grandfather, Hassan, had a dream to open a pita pocket bakery to feed the growing Middle Eastern population in downtown Brooklyn. He had recently emigrated to this country from Damascus, which is our namesake. He did not know a thing about the bakery business. And to top this, it was now 1930. He decides to open this business at the start of the Great Depression.
Damasus Bakeries is owned by the Mahfoud family, and for generations they have been making pita bread, which is commonly found in many supermarkets across the country. The family will be moving from Brooklyn, New York to Newark, New Jersey.
So again, Anthony, my father, clearly saw the potential in these products, as we do today. David and I have continued to apply the virtues of our grandparents and parents into the success of the business. And we hope to do the same for our children. Our products today are found, as Adam mentioned, are found in some of the most discerning food establishments in the U.S. and around the world. We sell our products to Costco's, to Arby's, to Chick-fil-A's, supermarket chains such as Pathmark, ShopRite's, Super Stop and Shops. We're in Wawa's. We're international, selling our products actually through Costco. The product goes into Korea, it goes into Japan, it goes into Australia and several other countries. So we take great pride in the fact that not only do we distribute our products across the country, but we also distribute our products around the world. In the months and years to come, we look forward to growing the business at this site. We hope by the spring of 2012 to start producing flatbreads on a new state-of-the-art production line, which was actually funded by New Jersey EDA. And this comes with the expectation that we know everything's going to go well. It's been going well for 80 years. We believe we have the winning formula, and I'm going to tell you the virtue that's in the business and our people, training our people, having our people become part of the family and intimate with us, has allowed us to achieve success over the years. So our expectation is that everything is going to go well, that one production line will now become 4 production lines, that we will quadruple our business, and at some time in the near future, we will be employing at least 200 people on this site. Yes, well, what I'm going to write on this package is made in New Jersey, made in Newark, okay? And I'm going to leave off with that. Okay, in time we'll get that printed on. As soon as we get going over here, we'll have our pre-printed packages, and that will say made in New Jersey, made in Newark, New Jersey.
I know there are schedules, so I'm going to keep this really brief. I'm the numbers end, so I don't write much anyway, but as Ted will tell you, I usually have something to say. Couple things. First of all, I did pull Paloma out of school. I hope I won't get in trouble for that, but when she heard I was going to meet the mayor, she started screaming, "I want to meet the mayor." So I didn't want to burden her teacher and the students. And he's eligible too, I believe. With a kid who wanted to be with Daddy here in New Jersey. On graduation day, which was a Monday, my father said, "Congratulations," and I said, "Thanks, Dad. I'm thinking about taking a trip this summer to Europe, to do the post-college thing." He says, "That sounds great. We'll talk about it Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, don't be late." And that's the way it was ever since. So that was my father. It was all about, he came from a world where he struggled during the Depression. made a dollar, fought for it, protected it, and just felt that work was the best way to keep out of trouble and grow a life. So when you are a baker, and this is probably true for a lot of professions, but it's there's almost a fraternity of bakers. When you're a baker, it comes with you at home. There's something really wholesome about bread. We know that. It's a staple of life. Adam and Eve, the whole bit. I'm sure Eve made it apple flavored for Adam, but there's something about baking bread. It's almost, you know, just from the wheat that's planted, you're growing something. And so one day when we are a 200 employee company, maybe even more, why not? We're not just another company that is a 200 employee company. We're making bread, we're feeding lives. There's really a value into knowing that some of these breads here by design, we're now, in truth, you almost hear the president and his wife talking about it. We're on the cusp of making breads healthier for people. We're launching in January a line of bread that is going to be geared at really child obesity, big problem in this country, adult obesity, another problem in this country, a controlled calorie bread, low carb, fortified with vitamin D and calcium, omega-3s, an antioxidant, which is found to be a better antidepressant than any antidepressant drug in the market. And you know, obviously we think this is going to help us grow as a business and make a couple of bucks, but it's really not the reason we're doing it. When it's all said and done, I don't know if my kids will be in this business because she's definitely heading for Broadway, and you know, I don't know where Zara's going, but I already got a tennis racket in her hand. But when it's all said and done, I do hope that we're going to be a company that made a difference. And you may say, well, you know, in the food industry, making a difference usually is it tasted good. And a lot of people bought it because it tasted good. And no one makes a better bread than us, and I know that because, you know, I'm in the offices of Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and Costco and Wawa and all different companies, and they're telling me all the time that no one makes a better loaf. But when it's all said and done, we want to make the right loaf. We want to make a difference. Coming from Brooklyn, it's a very special place to live. And when it was time to decide where in New Jersey to go, I don't know that there was any place similar to Brooklyn than Newark. I mean, we are both stepchildren to Manhattan in one way. Brooklyn is changing that. We see Manhattan changing that. Before, I did tell the mayor and lieutenant governor that we weren't married to a site in Elizabeth until Ted's and Gary stopped us and said, hey, if you came to Newark, you could bake a lot of bread, even make some dough, but you can make a difference. You could help gentrify. And we stopped and we said, you know, that really is what we want to do, and hopefully now we're on the cusp of doing it. We need our building permit. We're confident we're going to get it soon. We're going to start building this place out. We're going to bake in this place in the spring. And I hope a year from now, or 2 years from now, 3 years from now, people in our community just don't look at us as a source of jobs, which I understand is a very important issue, but really a bakery that is very avant-garde, ahead of its times, looking to make a difference, understanding nutrition, understanding bread's a staple of life, and you know, like all the good things in life, bread, wine, etc., it's just part of the household. So we look at Newark not just as a bakery, but really a home. Brooklyn has been a home for us. 30 years in a place where your mother and father worked. There's a lot of memories. I walk through our place daily. I still see my mother and my father, who have both passed on. You know, I may not see them in the same way here, but we'll put enough pictures of them up here. And it's a very emotional step for us because it's not just a business. It really is a home for us. So we're glad to be part of the home, and we're hoping that people from Newark who are here today are going to be with us for a while because you're part of the reason we're here. Thanks.
I'll make one correction. I called the Assemblyman councilman. My apologies, Mr. Assemblyman.
David, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of our distinguished guests this morning, starting with our state assemblyman, Albert Coutinho, who has been a champion at the state level for the legislation that has really enabled us to get projects like this and other projects built in Newark. And so welcome, Assemblyman. Thank you. I'd I'd like to also welcome Ted Zangari, an attorney on this project, but an attorney also on so many other projects, and just a thought partner on legislative issues and on so many other things. Thank you and welcome, Ted. In the back row, we have Chris Johnson and his team from Hollister Construction. Chris will be leading the build out of this space and is working on a number of other important projects in Newark. So thank you, Chris, and welcome. Mayor, 5 years ago when you took office, you charged us in economic development with building out our port district and reinvigorating it and bringing distribution center facilities and light manufacturing facilities, and we have answered that call in the Economic Development Department along with Brick City Development Corporation, with companies like Bartlett Dairy that have moved to the South Ward here in Newark, with the Wakefern Distribution Center that is under construction in the East Ward, with companies like Manischewitz moving their world headquarters here, with companies like Mimeo.com and Pitney Bowes, and today we continue that trend with Damasus Bakery. And when you gave us that charge, you made clear that the number one priority was to make sure that the jobs that these facilities created go to Newark residents. And I'm happy to report, Mr. Mayor, that the Urban Enterprise Zone grant that the city and the state have awarded to Damasus Bakery contains a first source agreement where our residents will be given the first opportunity to interview and be hired for these jobs. So without further ado, the man who is pushing us and prodding us every day to get these projects done, our great mayor, Cory Booker.